Hey, once again, this is Kelvin Butler, owner of KBJRecords.com, and I'm here once again to talk to you about some questions that I get from a lot of engineers and artists about audio mastering. They always ask me, they say, how can I get better results out of audio mastering? And of course, you want to have a really good mix, but from a technical standpoint, as far as quality, it really boils down to two things. And those two things are making sure that you are recording at a high sample rate and making sure that you are recording at a high bit depth. What is sample rate? Sample rate is actually kind of dealing with how fast samples are taken of a frequency. It's really like 1,000 times per second. So in other words, 44.1K is actually 44,100 samples taken of a piece of audio per 1,000 seconds. Basically, think of a sample as an actual snapshot, like a picture being taken. And that means that 44,100 snapshots or pictures are being taken of your audio every second. The more pictures that are taken every second, the better the quality of the music. What is bit depth? If sample rate is the number of snapshots, then bit depth would basically be the amount of info in each snapshot, the amount of info in each picture. The higher the bit depth, the more info is in that snapshot, is in that picture, and therefore you'll get more info in your audio. Keep in mind that the higher the bit depth, the more dynamic range will be present in your music as well. So music that has, a lot of highs and lows would definitely benefit from, if it has a lot of loud spots and a lot of quiet spots, it'll definitely benefit the most from a high bit depth rate. Now, by standard, most DAWs will record by default. They will record at 44.100 kilohertz, and they'll also do 16-bit depth by default. But you can raise this to a higher level before you actually start the recording session. If you know that you are going to send a song off to be mastered, do not lower your sample rate when you export those tracks. Keep the sample rate at the same setting that you recorded it in. If you recorded it in 48, when you export that track out, leave it at 48. Also, do not lower your bit depth rate. Many artists and engineers will export it because, as you know, a CD format can only accept 16-bit depth and a sample rate of 44.1 kilohertz. So most artists will try to export those so that they can go to CD, but then they'll also give those to the mastering engineer. If you know you're going to get a song mastered, do not lower your bit depth rate and do not lower your sample rate. So think about a sample rate as just being a snapshot of one sentence on a page. And the higher the sample rate, the clearer that sentence will become. The clearer the print will be on that page. The higher the bit depth rate determines how many words are on that piece of paper. So now, if you have a high bit depth rate and a high sample rate, you have many prints of a paragraph as opposed to many prints of a blurry one sentence on the page. I hope that makes sense. Thanks for watching.